Welcome to Spin the Block Therapy. My name is Naima Simone, the comedian, and I got my girl Flaw Six over there. How you doing tonight?
How we doing it? We had a big storm in the Midwest. Big storm. Knocked power out and was raining, thundering, and snowing all at the same time. I don't know what the hell that was. It was crazy. I was up till
Dang.
4. I was up to 4 making stuff, doing stuff, and I was listening to it. It was thundering and lightning. Then I heard, but then it started raining. Then the rain turned to ice. And then I looked out like 4 o'clock. It was snow. It was crazy. Like literally thunder and lightning, but it was snowing at the same time. I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know what
been in
the
one
hell.
of them type of storms where it was rain, sleet, ice, snow, everything.
Yeah, it was crazy last night. But yeah, um, it didn't calm down now. I haven't heard no strong wind. And the wind was crazy, like knocking tree. I can imagine we probably gonna have all kind of trees and sticks and tree trunks and everything all over the place. So I can imagine when we go out there. But
Mm.
no, it's the same old shit happening. Shit, the world is like the weather right now, the Midwest weather, because it's tripping. It's bipolar as hell. People are tripping. They don't know
Mm.
they ass from a hole in the ground. They really don't. So no, I had came across this podcast. Well, no, you came across this podcast, and I had checked it out, and it just dawned on me that men, I know for a fact, I got married, um, and my husband didn't take all day to marry me. And men don't take all day to marry you. And I just seen this podcast, and a man asked them legitimate question, and guess what happened? They couldn't answer it straight, and they got checked by not women, but a man, kind of show them they bullshit. So we're gonna go on and check that out, and then we're gonna talk about that. You heard that about that, right?
Yeah, I seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go on and check that out real quick. Let y'all hear what they was talking about. Eligible bachelor. You were an eligible bachelor. Sure. You were actually eligible bachelor. I'll give you a pass. What woman would be the woman that you could marry now? What kind of woman could you marry now? Because you got women looking at this show, and they're saying these are good dudes. They watch your content and the whole nine. Mm-hmm. What does she exist that could make you marry her now?
Well, I mean, it has to be a vetting process, but I'm looking for value.
Okay, vetting process. Okay, yeah. So how long is the vetting process? You saying 2-3 years?
I would say about 2 years.
Okay, so 2 years. So she is what you want now, and you're gonna make her wait 2 years?
No.
Okay. So the good thing about that was an interview was it was a man talking to other men. That's what it was good. Because a lot of times we get these podcasts and we get women on there, we trying to be cute and sexy, and we don't ask the proper questions, whether we're intelligent or not. Whatever time. I know as a woman, when we get around men, we tend to either get hyper aggressive or get docile. It takes a very unique woman to be in between. So, and that's just the truth. So, um, with that being said, I like this podcast because it was a man checking their accountability. And he said it. Okay, if a woman is all you want right this second, why are we still? I put this in another podcast not too long. Why do we have to have a 2-year engagement when we already been together a year or two? And you saying you love me, you want to marry me, you want to be with me, but we still have to have this time for you to play games. I know for a fact I have married a very masculine man, and I mean that with utmost Chicago bred, okay? And anybody that knows real Chicagoans knows how they are. It didn't take him no 2 or 3 years to know he wants to marry me. Actually, he started talking about it way too soon. I'm like, hold up, bro. Hold up. I'm still on my hot girl era. Hold up. My kids just got grown. I'm still out here. So, with that being said, I feel like men know what they want. And if they don't, they know what they want. Period. See, women get to choose who they date, men get to choose who they marry. And that's the truth. That is the honest truth. So that's my take on that. These men play games and gaslight women to death, because that's a big gaslight right there. Oh, you're perfect, but let's wait 2 years before I really claim you. Gaslighting at its finest. What you think?
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, I mean, he asked a specific question. If it's the woman that you basically would marry, what would be the outcome? And they said 2 years of them deciding on an outcome that they were supposed to decide at that very moment when they met her. So basically, a lot of men is out here faking like they want to get married, faking like they want to be with you, but at the very most of them probably don't. It's just something that they're doing in the moment, and when they get tired or want to try something else, then they'll make their decision. Basically, he was basically calling them out, basically saying, this all lies in your hand. If you want to be married to a woman, that's all up to you.
Yep, that's it. That's how that goes. That's the moral of the story. I just feel like I didn't know gaslighting has became a new term for me, but it is a perfect term when you have when you can't say a person's a liar when a person, you remember back in the day, you'd be like, you just a liar, and they'd be like, I didn't lie about nothing. And you like, what is this person doing to me? That if they're not lying, what is they doing? They are lying, but it's something way more diabolical. Gaslighting is the most diabolical thing a person can do to you, because they're trying to convince you of a scenario you know doesn't exist. Like they're trying to convince you of a lie that doesn't exist. The lie exists, but the actions behind the lie, they're trying to rationalize why they're lying. You know they're lying, but they're trying to rationalize and convince you that they're lying for a good cause, or make you crazy. I all my life, I literally felt like, why the hell do I feel crazy? I know I'm right. Why the hell do I feel crazy? That's gaslighting. Anytime you start questioning yourself, like, I know what I know the truth, I got the evidence, and you start feeling, they start making you feel crazy, straight gaslighting. And that's the word. You might as well skip, hop, jump right on out that relationship. Pack your bags. That's the worst thing a man can do to you. Gaslight you. Any person, really. But gaslighting, I can't stand it.
And like my thing with women, if you want to get married and you want a man that is ready for marriage, soon as they start saying 2 and 3 and 4 year engagements, get up out of there, because you'll be 21 and still be 25. Be 4 or 5 years later, you 25, you 26, and they still talking about, well, we gonna just wait this out and see this, see that. No. A man, that's a facts. I'm pretty sure it's some type of studies, statistics that show when men really are intentionally trying to be married, they go on and do it. They ain't got time for 2 and 3, 4, 5 engagements. If you engage for that long, typically it's probably because the man is not probably as happy as he would like to be, and that's why he ain't went down the aisle yet.
Yeah, he's still looking. He's still looking. That's just the honest truth. You might be perfect, but why you waiting for him to decide if you the one, or let him play and use you up? I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I'm gonna keep it real. Don't waste your fucking 20s nor your 30s waiting, because by the time you get 40, that's where they get that title, bitter old bitches. That's where they get that title. because they waste our time in our 20s. They waste our time in their 30s. And by the time we get 40, we are bitter because we've been played, ran down, ran over, derailed by
used,
raped of all good things good, according to them. According to them, by the time you get 40, you ain't no good. You
your youth is gone.
Yeah.
Your beauty is gone. They don't want you to be smart. So by the time you 40, if you ain't got some type of brains by then you know.
Yeah.
So at this point, I would advise any young woman in her 20s and 30s, if you really want to be in a marriage, as soon as they start doing that, oh, maybe, and let's go with the flow, get up out of there. They on bullshit.
Yeah, they on bullshit. I'm gonna tell you for a fact. I experienced this. I was in a relationship. I have children with other men that promised me the world. Okay, I was literally in a relationship, and I probably could have got married. That was the best thing for me not to get married, but I could have got married. But when a man really intentionally sets out to marry you, it gets done. It's like it gets done. Like, oh, okay, hold up. So, hold on.
Fast.
Yeah, slow down, bro. Literally, I had friends telling me, like, damn, y'all ain't gonna do, no, we don't. I didn't agree with no long term. I'm older. I've already done everything in the world. This ain't about to be no wedding. We going to the courthouse. We gonna look good. We gonna have a banging ass reception, and that's it. But when a man really wants you, it don't need to be nothing. It's gonna be you and him, and he gonna be like, let's go do it. That's it. So
pretty much.
For all these jokes, these men on here, yeah, they got all their shit together, and they telling me they find a perfect woman. They still gonna vet her out. What the fuck do that mean? You a veterinarian? Because I took that offensively. You still gotta vet her out. You still gotta test her. You still gotta play with her. Come on now, bro. We too old for that. And then all them men is between their late 20s to mid 30s. I didn't even look at them for real. I can tell, and probably half of them is in their early 30s, mid 30s. I'm giving them grace, saying late 20s, but
yeah, I think they in their 30s. They look about it.
Yeah, they in their early 30s to mid 30s, and maybe because black don't crack, so we really don't know. We'll say 30s, in their 30s, talking crazy. Are you serious?
I think that light skinned one might be in his the lighter skinned one. He might have been well, they all like a lighter complexion, but I think one of them might be in his late 20s. But it still don't matter. You in your late 20s, you old. Yeah. You're not 17, 18, 19, 20. You's an older guy at that point, 29.
And at that point, you should know what you want. These are all educated people. These are not ignorant podcasters that living in a mom's basement. These are educated black men. These are not just all randoms. These are educated black men. So when we say we're still vetting after we see that she's quality, she has all the qualities that attract you to her. Because when you're attracted to somebody and you dated for 6 months, a year, I at least say a year, 6 months to a year, you already know. And a lot of times when you're in relationships, within 6 months, hey, if not even that 4th or 5th date, you know what I'm saying? Is this somebody I want to pursue for something greater in life? So yeah, they on bullshit, but that's here nor there. We get that, but I just liked that podcast because it was men calling out men. That's what it is. That's what made it important.
Yeah,
men calling out men.
He did make it to the point where he was basically trying to let them know, like, 2 years is too long for somebody that you said you intentionally is trying to get married. Because what if you go to 2 years and they die, or it's too long.
That happen. Yeah. And you know what? Like I said, women pick the men. We pick the men. But the men have to be the ones that keep the relationship bonded and together. Because, men say women get men all day. Yeah, we can get them, but that doesn't mean we can keep them.
That don't mean you're going to keep them.
Yeah, Y'all the ones that make the relationship, make or break the relationship. Y'all really do. If men don't know that by now, something wrong with them. Y'all make and break. And I'm not saying all. Sometimes when you can get some, hey, these new generations, I know. Well, we know they thug life
Yeah.
here. But the moral of the story is, men, you have to take accountability. Stop saying shit you really don't mean. If you don't plan on getting married, say that. Stop bullshitting.
Right. Say
Okay.
that you don't want to be married, which a lot of them don't.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because I'm married, but that's because I finally because if I had never met my husband, I probably wouldn't be married because that wasn't something that I ever entertained. I was introduced to this by a particular person, somebody that I felt respected and loved me. It wasn't because I had kids. It wasn't because I was there. It was because they truly individually picked me out of the crowd and chose me to be their wife. So that was something I had never experienced before. And that's getting too deep, but that there's a lot of factors in that. If you don't want to get married, don't play the game. Don't play house. Don't play none of that. Hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And that's just the truth. Keep it real. It'll save y'all a lot of heartache.